Hi guys, welcome back to Irish Footy Vlogs. Welcome back to another Rate the Transfer Rumour video. That's right, this is the show that rates the transfer rumour. We'll go through Daz 1 to 10, obviously 1 being highly unlikely and 10 being pretty certain, to be fair. So we'll start off with an interesting one, a Bohemians one. I might be happy with this one. Dan Casey from Sacramento in America, of course, or USA if you prefer, to Bohemians. Obviously Casey was at the club 2 different spells already, actually. Can he come back for a 3rd spell, and would he be welcomed?
Geez, Dan Casey. Wow, imagine we got him back. I think any Bohs fan would welcome him back with open arms. Tough, tall, strong, old-fashioned defender. Someone that we need in that team to sort out that defence. With Cornwall gone, Keith Buckley gone. Like, you know, he's the makings of a centre-back that you want to bring back to your team. I think, though, Keith, you know, there could be a few teams that could be in for him if he's looking for a return back to Ireland. I've heard a few people say, you know, it's Ireland, the UK, Scotland. There could be a few places going back there, but it's obviously very up in the air. He does seem happy there, but there is that link that's, you know, that uncertainty that he might be coming home. And my God, I'd be so happy if he came back to Bohs. I think he'd fill a hole that we really need to fill, and he'd just be so perfect back in the team. And a 3rd spell, you know, I think a lot of fans would love to have him back. I think for myself, personally, I haven't heard too much about it, but just it'd be a really good one if we pulled it off. But as I said, there'd be definitely teams in for him too. I'd probably put this one key at 5. For me, he's in the middle. He's playing in America, you know, in the good setup over there, and I'm sure there's other teams going to be fighting for a signature if he was to come back here. But my God, every Bohs fan would be so happy to have him back if he was to come back. And hopefully we hear more about this in the coming weeks, you know, if it gathers more momentum. But for me, I'd put it at 5. It's definitely, I wouldn't say it's definitely going to happen, but it's not impossible either. So yeah, I'd put that one as a 5 anyway.
Yeah, he could want to come back to Ireland, who knows. Manny Smith from St. Patrick's Athletic as such to Derry City. Obviously, he's out of contracts at the moment, so it wouldn't be from St. Pat's, but obviously that was the club he was at last. 12 goals last season in the league. How do you see this one?
Matty Smith, yeah, we had a nice debate about him there about a month ago doing the teams. Look, smashing player. We all know what he can do when he's there and what individual that he is, and he brings lots of talent to any team he goes into and lots of goals, and he's a threat going forward every single game. And I think a lot of us are yet to see, you know, a poor game from him, really. I think he always puts a shift in or tries, you know, very hard going forward. And even when he's not scoring goals, he's doing stuff like playing off his shoulder, he's pressing from the front, he's trying to win the ball back. I can see this one quite high. Derry are going out to spend the money to have a budget. We've seen the queues Derry had to get for their fans to get their season tickets. The fans are backing them. They've got money there, and they've gone out and actually bought some. I remember the boss, who was Shamrock Rovers at the time, had money for him. So
Brandon Kavanagh, yeah.
So, like, you know, they're paying transfer fees, which is really unheard of in League of Ireland. It doesn't normally happen. That's showing the pull that they have at the minute with money that they have. I'd put this one quite high. Derry are going to be fighting, I believe, next season for the top 3 anyway. Definitely 100% they will be, if not further. I'm sure Derry fans will be saying we're going for the league. And, you know, it'd be great to see that because we need to see teams pressing all the time and getting better. It's brilliant for the league. But in terms of this individual transfer, I'd rate this one as an 8. I think if he's going to go to any club, he's going to want to go to someone who's definitely going to be on the up, definitely going to be challenging, definitely going to be up there, and a European team as well. So it fits all that criteria. And Derry can probably offer most of them, you know, a lot of money to actually go up there. So I'd put this one quite high at an 8.
Yeah, contract-wise as well, they're likely to give him a 3-year contract if he goes. Deruin, Longford, combative midfielder to Shelbourne. How do you see this one?
Deruin, yeah, he's one of them Longford players that I really like this season. I think, you know, just looking at his season before we go into the transfer, as an individual, he's done very well for Longford. He put a shift in, he's earned respect throughout the league, and his name is properly known by everyone now. Everyone knows, you know, how hard he tried in that Longford team, and he's like a tank going around sometimes for Longford, you know, trying to defend as best he can and getting up and down the field and putting passes together and just trying to be that all-round midfielder, and he's definitely going to miss for Longford. Definitely a fan's favourite there. Link with Shelbourne, which is very interesting. I personally would love him at Bohs, but I'd say Bohs probably might be in for his signature too. Who knows? I think this is another player who definitely would have a few teams after his signature because, you know, he stood out in that Longford team for me this season. He's just a standout talent in that team. I think he would definitely improve the Shelbourne team. And I could see this one being quite high as well. I'd probably put this one as a 7. Would he start in the Shelbourne team is another question, because Shelbourne, I believe, are going to go out and get several more players. So it remains to be seen. But obviously, Shelbourne will have money to spend this season and can offer him a good contract. And I'd say he'd likely go somewhere like that. But I'd put this one high, put it at a 7. But I definitely think other clubs are in for a signature as well.
Yeah, I'd actually put a 10 that he's actually going to leave Longford. I think that's fair enough, isn't it?
They're definitely going to leave Longford, but where he goes is the main question, and it probably will be a Dublin team. Hopefully it's Bohs, but might be Shels.
Dan O'Reilly from obviously Drogheda to Hamilton in Scotland's an interesting one. Hamilton are in the second tier of Scottish football, I believe, as well. Dan obviously had a very good season at Drogheda. How do you see that one?
Yeah, look, he had an excellent season at Drogheda, and look, as I said before in previous shows, if a UK club comes in for you with a multi-year contract and you're going to be on a good bit of money coming from the League of Ireland as a young player, I think you have to go for it. I think you have to try it out, because if it doesn't work out for you, you can always come back home, and whoever club lets you go, they're going to probably most likely take you back, or some other club will take you back, or happily take you back, and it's a learning experience for the player. That's actually a very interesting move, obviously the second tier of Scottish football. So I could see him getting into the team and playing, which is obviously important for him. A bit hard for us though, because we wouldn't really get much access to watch Scottish Division 2, shall we say, more so than the Premier Division, because obviously that's kind of everywhere. But in terms for him as an individual, if that move, that rumour is true, if they are in for him, I could see it being quite high. I'm not sure, will his club get money for him? I don't think he's tied down.
No, he's nearly 27 as well, so it could be his last chance really for a kind of a move like that. So I guess
being at that age, he's at the age where he wants to be playing as well. So that's why I was saying, I'd move in the second division would suit him. If he wants to go out and play, so I think it's something you couldn't really turn down. I'd probably put it high, and he'd probably be so happy that at this point of his career it's came up, and he's going to get a move. And if they're looking at him, who else could they be looking at in the league as well? That's at in around that age that could definitely make a step up to a full-time, team over there and play. So it's an interesting move. I put it high. I put it at maybe a 6.
Yeah, and finally, Dara Burns to Hibernian. He actually is contracted with St. Patrick's Leg, but he has been in talks with Hibs, and I believe he was at Hampden Park for the cup final between Celtic and Hibs yesterday as well. So how do you see this one going?
Yeah, look, Dara, we've highlighted him a good few times in this show. He's been a standout talent this season in the league, tricky young winger. I think I'm right in saying he's recently changed his nationality as well to represent the Republic of Ireland. That's to come up.
I think he will, but it's not official yet. I think he will though.
Yeah, so hopefully he does. Obviously, his ambition is he wants to play for Ireland, hopefully, and go as far as he can go. And if he wants to reach that level, he's going to probably have to play in the UK or play further afield. And look, he's got bags of talent. He's so young. He's electric on the ball, good first touch. He's a good lad, intelligent on the pitch, can play at different positions. He fits the bill and criteria for a player who's going to go on and play for a team like that over there abroad. And I can see this one being quite high. For Pats too, I hope for their sake, for a league sense, that I don't know how much money they haven't tied in for and the transfer fee. I do know it'll be a release clause. Hopefully, Pats will get a bit of money out of it, because it's good for the league teams. I don't like seeing teams lose their best players in the league and not get any money for it. It happens not too much. I think we let our players go for peanuts. We need to tie them down into higher contracts. But again, I think some people, not to go too much off topic, will say 150k for him is nothing, but they have to remember but I would have to say that to the player to get him to sign it to get that fee. So if they had to put that as 400,000 or 500,000, he'd say no, and they'll lose him for a compensation fee, which would be about €20,000. So you have to think logically about it too. It's not like we're just losing him a peanut. It's the way it is at the minute. If we want him to sign him, we have to put him in that kind of release fee. But Pats will get money for him, and I can see this one being high. I can see this being a 7 or an 8. I think it's definite. I think he will move. He deserves a move. He's had a smashing season. He's very young. He's bags of talent, and I hope he goes all the way, and I think he will.
Yeah, brilliant, brilliant stuff, guys. Let us know what you think in the comments. How would you rate these transfers? Any other transfer rumours you've, I suppose, heard that you'd like to share? Subscribe to the channel, hit your bell notification button, and thanks again for watching.